Hi, third graders. We're going to do another video on how to find the main idea of informational text. So what is the main idea of a text? I want you to think back to our lesson yesterday. What do you remember about how to find the main idea? Well, remember the main idea of the text is what the text is mostly about. Not specifics, but the general idea of what it's about. You can find the main idea by looking at the title. That's always a good clue. Looking at pictures that might come with the story. Headings, those are the smaller titles within a text. Stopping and asking yourself, what did I just read? And also asking yourself, is that what the whole text is mostly about? Or is it just a small example or detail of the text? So we're going to put all of those ideas together to see if we can find the main idea of this story called The Venus Flytrap. I want you to follow along with me on your screen as I read. And remember, the first read, we're just reading to see what this is about. And we're also looking for words that we might not know and that we're going to use the clues in the sentences around that word to help us figure out what that word means. But before I read, I'm looking at the title. I see it says The Venus Flytrap right here. And then underneath that is a picture or an illustration because it's a drawing. And it has a caption. The caption are the words underneath the picture that tell us more about the picture. In the caption it says, the trigger hairs must be touched twice before the leaves will snap shut. This makes them less likely to accidentally trap raindrops. And then I'm looking here and it looks to me like this is some sort of plant. There's a bug getting ready to land on it. And then over here, I see another plant. So I'm guessing that the Venus flytrap is some sort of plant. So let's read the story and see if we're right. Many insects eat plants. Did you know that some plants eat insects? They are called carnivorous plants. The Venus flytrap is one of these plants. It is found in wet places such as swamps. I also noticed that the word carnivorous is in a different color of print than the rest of the story. So I'm looking around that word and I see that this special plant eats insects, and so they call it a carnivorous plant. So I know that carnivore means meat eating, so I'm guessing that a carnivorous plant is a plant that also eats meat, in this case, not meat like steaks or hamburgers, but maybe like bugs. The Venus flytrap has tiny hairs on its leaves. When an insect lands on a leaf, it touches these trigger hairs. Then the jaw-like leaves snap shut and the insect is trapped inside. It all happens in less than a second. I see another word in a different color print. Trigger hairs. And I noticed that in the text, the first sentence says tiny, in that paragraph, says tiny hairs on its leaves, and then it talks about trigger hairs, and that tells the plant to snap shut. So that's what trigger must mean, is to tell the plant something. Okay, let's read the next paragraph down here. Inside the closed leaves, the plant makes a special sap. The sap digests or breaks down the insect. In about 10 days, the leaves open again. Most of the insect is gone. Again, I see another word in a different color. Digest. But then I notice that it has a comma and it says or breaks down. So digest must mean to break down the insect. And I know digesting my food means I'm breaking down the food in my stomach so that I can use it for energy. And then it says the insect is gone. So digest must mean in this case the same it would mean for me, is that I'm breaking down food to use for energy. And the last paragraph. If the trap shuts but the insect escapes, the leaves stay closed for several hours. A pair of flytrap leaves can close about 4 times. Then those leaves die. All right, so we read this once to see what the text is about. Now I'm going to have you pause the video, read the text again, and this time you're going to be looking for the main idea and key details that give you more information about the main idea. All right, let's see what you came up with. So the main idea is the Venus flytrap is a plant that eats insects. And I know that because in the first paragraph, it talks about this being a carnivorous plant, which means it's eating insects. And this whole story is telling us about how it eats the insects. So this is mostly about the Venus flytrap eating an insect. Let's see if we can come up with some key details that tell us more about how the Venus flytrap eats the insects. So one key detail is that these Venus flytraps have trigger hairs on the plant. And the trigger hairs tell the plant when an insect lands on the leaf, and then the leaves snap shut. So that's how they eat the insects. So that does fit with our main idea. Because remember, we're talking about the eating of the insect by this particular plant. Another key detail, and the evidence is over here in paragraph 2. I circled where I found the answer in the text. Now another key detail, it says a sap inside the closed leaves breaks down the insect. So I know that's another way that, or part of the process that the plant goes through in order to digest this insect. So we were able to come up with the main idea, which it's mostly about the Venus flytrap eating insects. And then the details are the specific reasons or examples on how the Venus flytrap eats the insect. So that's how you find the main idea and the key details of a text. Okay, it's your turn. In Schoology, I posted this story called Open Wide. I want you to read this story first by doing a close read. Remember, the first time you read, it's just to see what this text is about. Then you're going to read it again, and you're going to be looking for the main idea. Remember what it's mostly about, not specifics, just one sentence that tells you what it's mostly about. And then you're going to look for key details that give you more information about that main idea. After you've done that, then I want you to answer the questions that go with this story in Schoology. So remember, this story is already in Schoology, and so are the questions. So that's how you're going to submit the answers to me. All right, good luck, boys and girls. Do your best, and we'll see you next time.